All right, let's continue with this thing. So one thing I wanted to test is that 700 megahertz spur it sweeps the 500, and then at the very end of the sweep, that 700 shows up. So I want to see if that 700 is coming from the number 2 oscillator, or it's actually being generated in the amplifier itself. So maybe it's like it starts to oscillate up at a high frequency or something. I don't know. So let's take a look at the output of the the amplifier first, and see if it does the same thing. So let's see here. I think we're on. Let's see if we can sweep here. Let's hook up the spectrum analyzer. Let's see if we're getting a sweep. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so it sweeps across, and then it pauses, and then there's this boom. There's this spike right there. Let's see, let's turn on a marker and try to figure out where that is. Marker. No, I want marker. Here we go. Where's my marker? There it is. So the marker is at 765. So yeah, it sweeps across, and then woo, we get this 700 spike right there. Let's do a max hold. It'll be a little more evident here. Yeah, we'll let it build up. So this is the output, and we're getting, let's see, my marker's still working. So the marker is up here at the peak now, and it's at 711. 711. Now the end of the sweep is happening around 518, so that's right. So the sweep is okay, although it's ugly, and then it has this spike here. So there's something definitely wrong with this amplifier, and I don't think it's leaking through from oscillator 2. I did figure out how the switching works now. Remember, I showed you there was pin diode switch. Oh, here, I'll show it on the schematic. Let's pull it out. The more you work on things, the more you figure it out. Sometimes it takes a while, especially for us dummies. All right. Let's see here. All right, so remember I showed you there's this switching here for oscillator 2, the switching here for oscillator 3, and then oscillator 1 comes into this connector here. And I said that there was no way for biasing to work and this and that. And the way that they do it is they use the switching for this. They use the switching for this, but on oscillator 1, power supply, outputs oscillator. Here's the oscillator. So on oscillator 1, and where do I want to look? Where do I want to look? Yeah. So here on pin 2, 18 volts is coming in, okay? And on the amplifier, where's the amplifier? Here's the amplifier, okay? On pin 11, there's a voltage coming into this first stage. Both of those are switched on the front panel, so you cut the power to the oscillator. You cut the power to the oscillator. So that's the way they do the switching for band 1. They just cut the power on it. I don't know why they didn't do that for 2 and 3. Just cut the power, but they decided to do diode switching. So there must be a reason for it. But anyway, that's the way that works. But what we see here is that we are getting, now that it's been integrating for a longer time, we're getting this wild peak there at 700, and we're having this kind of a low and then a high. So there's something definitely sick in the amplifier. So we need to troubleshoot the amplifier out of the circuit. We're going to do a sanity check before we do that. I don't want to go do a bunch of work if I'm just being dumb. So I'm going to be taking a look at the output of the oscillator itself. Go back down to here. So I'm going to move my spectrum analyzer to just the output of the oscillator. And we will be taking a look at that and seeing if it doesn't have any harmonics at 700. And here it's sweeping. Let's do a trace. Let's do a max hold on that. And it does have some content out there at 700. It does have some things out there. Have we opened that one up yet? I don't think we've opened that one up yet. So let's I think you guys want to see them anyway. So let's open up every single can and look for bad capacitors, okay? And I think it'll be fun just to look inside every can anyway. They look really pretty inside. So let's go ahead and do that before we rip into anything. My next plan would be to wire the amplifier outside of the box. It just takes 10 wires, so I'm gonna move it outside the box. But before we do that, yeah, let's open up every single can. Now that we know how we do it, how it's done, and it's fairly easy, and we'll just take a look inside. So let's go ahead and start. Make sure I don't lose any of these connections. I'm going to take a picture just so I don't forget how everything's wired. I think it's pretty simple, but you never know. Sometimes I think it's simple when I take it apart. When I go back to put it together, I go, oh, what? So I'm going to use my cell phone. I'm going to take a picture of all of the cabling. And now I won't forget. When you get old, you start to forget. I don't know. You know, I used to think it's just because I'm getting old, but I decided it's because I don't give a shit. I just don't care anymore. There's just some things that aren't required to remember anymore. And yeah, I just don't care. All right, let's take this off, and let's open up the oscillator. That'll be fun. Let me turn this thing off so it's not noisy. Power's off on this thing. All right. Let's see. The oscillator is one down. I need to take out one screw. And let's open him up. Pull the washer out. Interesting. The other connectors are brass, and these are stainless steel. Huh. I wonder if that was on purpose, or they just bought them at different times. All right, let's see if we can push this out. There we go. Oh, it's pretty. All right. Oh, there's one capacitor. There's one capacitor, so we will replace him. All right, let's zoom the camera down so you can take a look. There we go. So there's two cans here. That's interesting. And maybe one's an oscillator, one's an amplifier. And similar construction. A bunch of tweaks and stuff here. But yeah, there's one of those pesky capacitors. So yeah, let's take him out. Maybe that'll get rid of the 700, or I don't know. Just a good thing to do. And we'll do that for all of the cans. There might be more of these hiding in there, and I'm sure they're dead. All right, so tighten this down a bit. All right, that's got a bunch in it, so I'm just going to snip it off. And this is the plus side. All right, so take the plus side off. Throw here. I'll save them. We'll test them just to see how bad he was. I think they're probably all bad. All right. Let's put him in. It's hard to solder with a big fat tip. All right, that's good. Go ahead and snip him off. And snip this end off. Where's my pliers here? All right, need to make a crook down and a crook over. A little bit more down. Yeah, perfect. Oops. There we go. And the other kind of, ooh, that doesn't look too good. Ooh. Looks like maybe there's something else going on in here. That doesn't look really good. I don't know if that's just, I don't know if that's heat or corrosion or conformal coating, but there's really ugly stuff going on in here. Kind of thinking it's just conformal coating that just looks really super ugly. Where's my magnifying glass? Here's one. This one looks like it maybe had a wire around them for shielding reasons or something. I don't know. And this one too. Yeah, that was done at the factory. There looks like there's a over here, one of the resistors has a spiral inductor around it. And I think that's shielding, and these look like they might have one turn on them. One turn on them, maybe to kill high frequency, like a poor man's ferrite bead or something. I don't know, I've never seen anything like that before, but it's not bad, it's just ugly. I don't know. That's pretty weird. Let me see if I can take a really close-up photo with my iPhone and insert it into the yeah. I could take a good picture of it. There's that one, and there's that one, and there's a really funny one over here. Oh yeah, this is good. All right, so I will insert the pictures here. You can see those one-turn windings and the multiple-turn winding there at the end. So yeah, that's super interesting. I mean, this is full of RF magic, right? This is lost, I think. I think the generation that knew how to do this, that magic is just gone. I think those guys are dead and gone. Wow. If there's anybody out there still that knows all that black voodoo magic and they know that the younger kids, it's been passed on, let me know. But I bet you it's not, because younger kids won't listen to the old guys. They just won't, because we don't know anything. So they're not going to listen to us. Oh, man. Drove me insane at the last part of my career. I was really happy to exit the corporate world and get back into consulting, because then they will listen to you. If they're paying you money, they will listen to you. Okay, let's put this back together. All right. I was watching a video this morning, and they were talking about Google, and Elon Musk and stuff. Anyway, I remember Google. I interviewed at Google X. Nobody has ever been to Google X. It's their secret skunkworks labs inside the bowels of Google, and they were trying to recruit me really hard. There was this woman there that tried really hard to get me to go to Google X, and I turned her down twice. I said, no, not interested. And then she called me again, and she talked to me for like an hour. She said, well, at least come in for an interview. At least come in. Just we'll show you around. Oh, man. I said, really not interested, but okay, I'll come in. Then I came in and talked to her, and she showed me around. I was like, still not interested. Oh, no. And then they finally sweet-talked me into coming in for an interview. And I interviewed and talked to some of the guys. And some of the guys were really cool. And some of them just had their head up their ass, and I just didn't like them. But anyway, I passed the interview, and they said, okay, everything's approved and everything. And the next step is every single employee that gets hired into Google X has to be approved by Sergey Brin. Every single one of them. It's the last final stamp that's given individually by Sergey Brin, whether you're able to come into Google X or not. And I failed that one. I don't know what Sergey didn't like about my resume, or I don't know what it was, but he said no. And that was it. That was like end of story. Like nobody would speak after that. Like, the God has spoken. You cannot enter. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not crazy about Google. All right. I did consult for them though, but that's a different story. All right, let's put this back in and pull out another one. Whoa. All right, we're going to take this one out now. This is the sweep drive. Sweep drive, okay. All right, it has one screw on him. Oh, got a couple in there. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, let's get those out of there. They're all the same. They're all the same. Okay, that's bizarre. What the heck's that? Wow, that's way bizarre. Okay, well, whatever. It works. All right, let me move the camera here so you can check this one out. Look at all these pots. Woo! Very nice. Anyway, there's our two culprits in there, and they are in holes. So I'm just gonna surgically remove it. Let's see. The pluses go into the left this time. All right, I timed out. Yabbering away, and I was timed out. Anyway, I have the other capacitor put in. Hopefully you saw me put in that one. Anyway, I got both capacitors put in. So we have new capacitors in this one. There's the back. Boy, is that a mess. And there's the front. So the interesting thing here is check this out. Like there's all of these diodes. So it's like diode switching here. And there's like 2 diodes that weren't ever used. So they were like, they just kind of like went along here and made like a ladder or something. And then like, oh, I don't need those. So just don't put them in. Oops. Shouldn't have bent that way. I didn't want to get them shorted together. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, let's put that one back together. Grew up in California, so the Beach Boys were a big deal when I grew up. I had the Beach Boy haircut and striped t-shirt. They were very popular in the 60s. Had to look at the surfer part. Even though I grew up someplace that you would never surf. It was in California though. Way too cold, way too dangerous. All right, let's put that one back in. I think it goes in this way. This one looks like it plugs in either way. Oh dear. Let me look at my photo. Good thing I took a photo. He goes in. Oh, he goes in like that. Okay, good. Always take a photo. All right, he's in. So we've done that one, and that one. Why don't we do that one next? Let's check these capacitors while we're here. Oh, just for fun. Just for giggles. Oops. Is that minus? Yeah, that's minus. That's plus. And this one is. And this one is. It's not making contact. I think this is just totally dead. Let's put it on capacitor and see if it reads anything. Oh, there we go. 300 picofarads. Nice. And this one measures. Any guesses? 250. 227. Pretty good. All right, so we're not going to test those anymore. They're all bad. They are all bad. Throw those in the trash can. Okay, let's get on to the next one here. I really need some more bench space. I really should organize. Interesting, this one has 2 screws. Wonder why this one, it only has 1 screw that jumps. All right. I'm just mumbling to myself. Don't pay any attention to me. All right. Okay, let's push that one. Push that one. There we go. Come on now, there we go. Whew. All right, phew. All right, anybody want to guess how many capacitors are in this one? This is the sweep rate generator. It's gotta have at least 1, right? At least have 1. None. You were all wrong. You were all wrong. You see that one? Just has a capacitor in it that will never go bad. Never say never, but... All right, put that one back together. That was easy. Must be happy today, I don't know why. I'm debating whether to review a product or not. It's snake oil. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. It's they want me to review their product, and they'll give me a 10% commission on every one sold, and they're $500. So I'll get $50 on every one sold. And, but it's a Ponzi scheme, and I don't want anything to do with it. So I think I might get the product just so I can say, hey, don't buy this. That might be fun. All right, so let's put this one back in. Again, we'll need to consult our master photograph. And it goes in like this. Okay. It's called helium LoRaWAN. It's Bitcoin mining over the air. It's the silliest thing I ever heard of. Yeah, it's just a weird thing. But LoRa is a real thing, so I like LoRa. So I might get it just so I have a LoRa module, which I don't really have right now. So I could repurpose it. All right. So we've done that one, that one, that one, that one. We've looked in that one already. Let's see if we can take that thing out of there. What is that? Frequency modulation adjust. Okay. And it is fun looking inside these things. Like that one that had a dozen pots in it. Okay. Cute little guy. It's got 2 screws on the bottom and a screw on the top. So, okay. Are you still able to see? Not great. Okay, there we go. I haven't quite figured out this frequency thing yet, frequency modulation yet on this box, but obviously it comes from here. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah. All right. No capacitor in that one. Take a look at that one. Cute. Couple nice capacitors, but no bad capacitors. So. They're cute. Wouldn't you love to work back when they were doing stuff like this? That was great. We had some stuff similar to this, not quite this detailed, but we had some instruments when I worked at Wavetek that they had to get a lady out of retirement, I think, once. They had an order they needed to fulfill. And basically, there was only one person in the world who knew how to wire it. It was all loom wiring, right? It was all point-to-point loom wiring. And she just had it memorized, right? Brought her back in. Could you wire one of these up again? Yeah, sure, okay. It's funny. I hope they paid her good. Probably not. Probably in her eyes, it was fine. I put that in. Put it this way. but we had some very, very nice production workers there. I love them all. Okay. Oh, this one, there's no guide pins. Oh, geez. Okay, well, got lucky. Got lucky on that one. All right. Let's see if we can't put that one back in. It's an awful long screw. I don't like that one. A short screw. I guess that was the one. Whoa. Let's see, it came from... Oh, God. It came from outer space. I guess it goes in that hole there. I love the old sci-fi films. I was hooked on them. My favorite was Them. Do you remember the movie Them? It's all about big ants. Great photography. They took little bitty ants and made them look really, really big on the screen. Good cinematography. All right, now this one has 4 coaxes going into it, so it must be important. It is our marker generator. All right, we haven't played with markers yet. I haven't got that far. All right, that one there. I've got too much stuff in my way. Where's my screwdriver? There's that one there. Must be this screw here. All right. Let's see here. Oh gosh. Well, this one doesn't want to come out. It's not cooperating. Oh God. At least I can grab this one. Jeez. Oh gosh. Those things really stick in there. All right. Whew. Ooh, bigger ones. One of those pesky ones and 2 others. 2 others. I've got some replacements for these in my... I don't know if they'll fit or not. I think they might be a little bit bigger. Well, we'll have to see. I might have some of these already. Interesting. All right, let's take a look at this one. Nothing on the bottom. But on the top, we're going to have to get rid of those guys. Be interesting to see if these went bad too. All right, well, let's get going on this one. if I can get him to release. Come on. I have my small tip in here. I don't know if it'll get hot enough. Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, it's not releasing. So, I think the snippy way is easy. So let's just do the snippy way. Oh, shoot. I didn't look at the orientation. All right. I need to look at some footage. Just a second.